when does Barack Obama say something publicly?
Oh, real certain. A number of the shows here in Washington are suggesting that President Biden, he might even have, he might decide to give up the ghost in the next couple days. And they're talking about the occasion where he receives a medal at the Lyndon Johnson Library in Austin, Texas, that he might make a surprise announcement. But, one of the interesting things tonight is he's no longer saying that I'm no longer open for discussion. He kept quarreling with the various journalists about what the data was, et cetera. He seems he's very cognizant that they're coming after him, as a matter of fact. And look, I watched the 50-minute thing, and most of the journalists there asked softball questions. He didn't have any difficult journalist questions.
No.
And so in a sense, that was rigged. But look, it hasn't fooled anybody. I mean, Donald Trump is still about $2.50, maybe $3 to win. And I think Donald Trump's numbers get less and less in terms of the betting, and President Biden gets longer and longer. Look, Pete, we're going to have a new president in November, and it ain't going to be the return of Joe Biden. No. It's going to be Donald Trump, and all the European leaders here know that there's a change in the wind, and they're going to have to make adjustments.
Yeah, I'll have one more with you. I mean, further to that point, just commented to Annalise about the fact that Fox's Peter Doocy didn't get a question today, and he's probably been, the best reporter on the beat, holding his feet to the fire properly. Just a final one here on Kamala Harris. There was a couple of questions on her where he said that she is qualified to be president. That's why I picked her. Do you think, once he eventually steps aside, that it is going to be her? Is it a foregone conclusion? Or do they have, some kind of swift runoff debate before selecting, say, a Newsom or a Whitmer or any of those types, or Wes Moore even?
Well, I think Newsom and others will have to wait for the next election. Look, when he rolls over, she'll become automatically the candidate for a very simple reason, Pete. She's the only one entitled to the campaign money, okay?
Right.
And she's kind of a proud woman, too. Look, all the polls say that she isn't going to do much. She wouldn't do much better than Biden anyway. And, it's very clear to me that Joe Biden is gone, and Kamala Harris doesn't have enough oomph to beat Donald Trump, and no one has enough faith in her. And this idea that he chose her because she was a winner, I mean, that's not exactly true. He chose her to balance the tickets. The fact that she might become president one day would be the furthest thing from his mind. But Kamala Harris isn't going to give up the ghost here. I mean, she'd like to be president of the United States. Pete, I'd like to have played right field for the New York Yankees, but it didn't work out.
Joe Siracusa, good to have you with us this morning. Thank you very much, and safe travels home.